You know what I learned today by Dr. Miles Monroe? He said he waited till he got married to have sex because he learned what the purpose of like being in a relationship, marriage was. He learned what the purpose of marriage, sex, and all that was. He said if you don't, whatever you don't know the purpose of, you will abuse. He said it is inevitable for you not to abuse something when you don't know the purpose.
Of the thing.
When you don't know the purpose of the thing.
Yeah.
So he said he was looking at everybody else when he was growing up. He was looking at everybody else having sex, looking at their relationships and everything they was going through, and looking at how they was having baby mama and daddy issues and stuff like that. And he said, "Oh no, I don't want that life." So he said he literally chose to wait till he got married because he learned the purpose of it. And so,
welcome, family, to Donna's Real Talk. Okay, so
I have some questions.
Yes.
Well, go ahead, Mama. Go ahead.
This is day 3 on relationships. Yesterday I did one. It was hilarious. You guys will get that video. But welcome back, family.
Welcome back, you guys.
So Donnie's going to say something. Go ahead.
I'm Donisha. This is my husband, Clifton.
They already know.
You're gonna get new people
okay.
that don't know.
Okay.
That it didn't come from my channel.
All right, go ahead.
So, I'm Donisha. This is Cliff. Babe, say hey.
Hey guys, welcome back to Nana. Real talk. I'm saying the talk is hot and spicy.
Oh my God.
So tune in.
Glad that's his.
Yeah.
So anywho, so you guys, we're talking about my mom or mom. Where you said we're talking about relationships. So I have a question to ask Mama because this is continuing up from the video that we just did on my channel.
This is episode 3. Yeah.
So, Mama and Clifton were talking about on the last episode that a subscriber had told you that TGB had told you that you should get to know somebody 4 to 5 years when you're before you start dating them, because
before you get in the
was that what he said?
In a relationship with them.
Okay. Clifton said that was too long because he's gonna be old and dead by then. And then what did you say?
I said you shouldn't have to wait 4 to 5 years to really get to know somebody. You should know how they are right when you approach them.
So here's my question to Mom. If the Bible says that the heart is wicked and deceitful, then do you ever really know a person? In that sense, do you ever know a person?
You don't really know a person, but did they do anything?
Huh?
In the Bible day, did the when Solomon and David and all of them got married, did they wait 4 to 5 years to get married? No, life is like
So how long
Russian
should you
roulette.
wait before you
what?
start dating somebody? How long should you wait? Or should you wait?
So when you meet somebody, when you go out and you meet somebody and y'all exchange numbers or whatever, ain't that considered dating? And if you end up having intercourse with them on the first night, ain't that considered dating? A lot of people do it, so don't act like you ain't did it, because y'all know you have.
I didn't do that with Clifton.
I didn't say Clifton. I said you have done it.
And I never spoke to the person again after that.
Okay, but I'm just saying if you guys still want to see each other. See, nowadays people don't even ask you, will you be my woman? Will you be my man? You know how? Well, you don't know. Back in the day, they used to say a recording.
People
Can we go in court? Clifton, be quiet. I know people don't say that because I know people don't say that.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
People still say that.
They don't say that now.
What they
You go meet somebody and y'all get involved or whatever. Y'all have a few drinks. Y'all go back home. Boom, boom. Y'all smash. And then the next day, y'all already exchanged numbers. So the next day, y'all talking to each other and everything.
So
and
what?
the minute you see that person doing something and talking to somebody else, you automatically get an attitude.
So, Mama, what's acceptable to you? Like, for your viewers, like, for your advice, what is acceptable? Like, what should they do? Like, there's a lot of single people out here who
well, I think what they should do, they should pay attention because I mean there's a lot of crazy stuff going out here.
No,
And
that's
you
not
can't
what I'm saying.
what?
How fast should they go into a relationship when they meet somebody?
There's no time frame. If you on that level and they on that level, go for it. You ain't got forever. You may not live to see 4 to 5 years.
Even sex?
Hey, they both an adults. Ain't nobody no virgin.
You don't think anybody should? So you think it's okay to have sex before you get married? Even though we did that, you think that's okay? Why?
Is that a trick question?
No.
Don't go by that. Even though that's what the Bible
I know
says.
everybody don't.
Do that.
I'm
And
asking your
they
stance.
saying don't do it before marriage. I'm not saying you jump in the sack right after you meet somebody and take them home. Bam,
That's
bam,
not
bam,
what I'm
thank you,
saying
ma'am.
either.
Okay, so all right.
That's not what I'm saying
Okay,
either.
so what are you saying? How long is they should wait before they can have sex?
Not sure.
'Cause they
Yeah,
be-
sex
oh,
and
okay.
intimate in a relationship.
It's how long that person wants to wait, and if that other person, if you got one person, they say, okay, I don't feel comfortable with having sex right now, I want to wait. Okay, all right, and if that other person agree with it, then that's fine. But if that other person don't agree with it, oh well.
Well, me and my mama disagree because even though I did it, it's not something that I'm gonna recommend to my children because it comes with a lot of issues.
No, you don't reckon. Donisha, listen. I'm listening.
Sex
No,
creates-
listen, Donisha. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm
serious.
but I'm serious too.
I waited till I was
Okay.
18. I wish I had waited till I was married
Okay.
because I just feel like for me, Mama,
Uh-huh.
when I started having sex,
Mm.
I started having a lot of more issues as far as like when you start having sex with somebody and it's like you don't even know if they're monogamous or if they're keeping themselves or if they're having sex with somebody else, it just opens up a window of issues.
Okay, but let me say something. Okay, I'll take the
And
blame.
stress.
I'll take the blame for some of that because I got pregnant at 16 and I had Terrell at 17. But the thing about it is, I was brought up into that, and then that's why we got married, and that's why I was married for 30 years. But listen, hey, I had to get my head up out the doggone clouds. Because just because you
Out of the
wait, and
clouds.
just because you wait for a long period of time to have sex with somebody, and you feel like they're the one, how do you know they're the one? God already knows what's
When you
going
have
on. He
God
already
in the middle of
you're
your
not gonna-
relationship,
but
you'll
Donnie,
know.
I understand. Okay,
Because you're going to be doing it according to His
then
will.
then you get somebody that's
When you do it without
on
God,
that level.
but
Of
they
course.
ain't got to be on the level. In my personal opinion, your mate does not have to be on the same level spiritual with you for you to hear from God.
Oh, I understand it. I'm not saying
So I'm
that.
saying God
I'm
will
talking
tell
about-
you.
Listen, if you want to wait till you get married to have relations, then you don't need to be with nobody. You need to stay single until God sends you that one. Because if you call yourself getting out there cheating with somebody, the man gonna want something. He gonna want something,
see, that's
and
another
the woman
issue.
gonna want something.
And so you got to understand that just because the people you come in contact with and have wanted some extra trimmings before marriage doesn't mean everybody you meet and you date is going to want some extra trimmings before you marry. So you got to, so that's number one.
Oh, okay.
So don't make it a national.
Oh, okay. I'm making it the way. Okay, so if you with that person, you tell that person, oh, I don't want to have sex before marriage, and they say, and some would say, okay.
Some of them will.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they're gonna wait to get yours. But guess
But if
what?
they're sent
guess
by
what?
God-
But yes, guess what? They're gonna be getting it from somebody else and waiting until
No.
you're ready to give it up.
No, that's
Yes.
not necessarily true. If they're sent by God,
Girl, even the ones that sent by God is a mess.
I don't know.
God said ain't no one perfect. No, not one.
I'm not saying any of them are perfect, but was your son out there getting extra trimmings when him and Linnea were dating before marriage, I know that they were all. I think they were already doing.
Well, they got pregnant. She got pregnant when he got married.
Right.
He slipped up. When he got married.
Right.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, when they were dating in the beginning, but they weren't, doing anything in the beginning, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't
dating long either. They were dating like 3-4 months. Then they did it, and she got pregnant. And he got married. He was so embarrassed they got married without me even knowing.
Damn, that's fast.
Before I found out about her, I found that she was pregnant. They was already married. Because he was embarrassed. He was hurt. Because he slipped up. But that's okay.
Wow.
People make mistakes. That's where I get back to the point. Even though you're a Christian, you still have fumbles. You still, hey, long as we on this earth and long as our blood is pumping through our veins, we're going to slip up sometime. Yeah, and I'm not going to sit, I don't agree
do
with
we
it.
have to make slip-ups the standard?
I don't agree to having sex before marriage because I don't like it. Yes, I have done it. Still doing it, but I don't like it. But right. I address the issue all the time.
So let's take the standard.
I address the issue.
Let's take the standard back to where it's supposed to be then.
Yeah. It's okay. It's
just because it's become a new norm doesn't mean it needs to be the standard.
No, it's not the standard.
Because it's not God's standard.
No, it's not. It's not.
And God wants us to be holy.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest about it. Even though me and Clifton didn't make that, none of us here made that decision, right? We all made those mistakes, but we suffered like hell because of them. I suffered like hell because of deciding not to keep my purity and not being holy.
But your truth is your truth, but other people's truth is their truth.
Of course, but you've suffered like hell.
Yeah.
Clifton has suffered like hell.
Yeah.
So it's
but
like,
listen, but let me tell you something. Listen. What I should have did. This is what I should have did.
Like hell, because not wanting to keep our purity.
No, this is what I should have did. This stopped you from.
I know I did.
This stopped you from doing all of that.
I suffered, baby.
This stops you from doing all of that. If you get out of one relationship and you jump into another relationship and you ain't even got over what you did, you're gonna go right over into the other relationship. You're gonna be having sex. You're gonna be doing all that. But if you get out of a relationship,
say again.
If you get out of one relationship, you used to do it. You used to having sex. You used to doing all that. Y'all break up. You immediately go get in another relationship with somebody else. Do you actually think that's gonna stop? No, because it's already in you. So when you get to somebody else, you're gonna do the same thing. So my thing is, once you break up with a person and you hurt or whatever, you decide, okay, I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to have sex no more. Whatever. You give it time. You get out. You move on, and you don't get in a relationship with nobody else. That gives your body enough time and your mind enough time to get that person out of your spirit. Because as long as that person is still in your spirit, you jump from one relationship, you jump into another one. Your spirit is still open.
Yeah.
And your spirit is open to that person, and then the person that you with, you can be with that person.
You mean you're vulnerable? Your heart is vulnerable? Like you're just vulnerable? Is that what you mean? What do you mean your spirit is open?
No. You're still so tied to that person, and then you get into a relationship with that person, the other person. You're not going to know the difference between the two. All you're going to know is that you feeling some type of way. And so if you get...
So how do you break the soul tie? So you're basically saying be single to break the soul tie. Is
when
that what
you
you're
get
saying?
out of that first relationship, wait a while.
What's a while?
It could be a year. It could be 6 months. It could be something. However long you want to wait. But you already say, I didn't like that relationship that I was in. It didn't go right. I didn't like it. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take a break. Okay. And I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to take a break. And then that's when you say, I'm going to wait till God send me somebody. You don't jump out of one relationship, get into another. You're going through the same cycle. So in the 1 minute when leave this relationship, get over here with this relationship, y'all fall through it or whatever, and the stuff that you don't like about him, you over here looking like, oh, you reminiscing on the one that you had. Oh, well, see, he wasn't like that. He didn't talk to me like that. So I don't even know why he talked to me like that. And then you go through your black book looking for his number. because this one that pissed you off makes you mad. So you over here looking for his number and call him up out the blue, and then you thinking that the devil didn't put the stuff in your mind that, oh, you missing him and or you missing her, and they didn't do this and they didn't do that. So you go over there and you be with them, and then it turned to terrible. Then not only do you feel bad
Thank you, baby.
about what you did on the one that you with, but you feel crappy because the person treated you like the same way he treated him, and then you had to remind yourself that was the reason why you broke up with that person in the first place. So why the hell would you go back over there?
Well,
But then you over here now you feeling sad. You're like, oh my God, I went over here. You wake up that night, you're good. You good. You out there, you shaking your tail feather. You out there, you having a ball.
taste it.
But when you wake, I had some of that before.
This is good.
You ain't finna give me heartburn. They got ginger in it.
This don't. It does not.
What got it? Yeah, do.
No, it don't have no ginger.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Your tongue is yellow.
Yes, it is.
So you out there, you shaking your tail feather, honey. You act like you feel good for the world.
What?
And the first thing you say,
What?
You ain't gotta say yes it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep it up.
No, it is.
Keep it up.
Or maybe it is.
So the thing about it is, there is no ample time to get in a relationship. It really isn't. It's like a catch.
You gotta stop it. Cause he's being nasty. Go ahead,
This
Mom.
is not the time for that.
He's
one.
being nasty.
No,
On camera.
We talk to her now. She's not being nasty.
Being nasty. Let her finish.
No,
Go ahead,
stop.
Mama.
Okay, so it's about however long you feel like it's you want to wait.
Mm.
And if you want to wait 4 to 5 years, it'll dictate when they feel like it's time to have sex. You do it when you ready to do it. You do it when your heart says, I want to do it. Now, if you don't want to do it, then you don't put yourself in those situations to where you gonna be tempted to do it. Because as long as you're living on this earth, you're gonna have temptations.
You know what I learned today by Dr. Miles Monroe? He said he waited till he got married to have sex because he learned what the purpose of like being in a relationship, marriage was. He learned what the purpose of marriage, sex, and all that was. And he said if you don't, whatever you don't know the purpose of, you will abuse. He said it is inevitable for you not to abuse something when you don't know the purpose.
Of the thing.
When you don't know the purpose of the thing.
Yeah.
So he said he was looking at everybody else when he was growing up. He was looking at everybody else having sex, looking at their relationships and everything they was going through, and looking at how they was having baby mama and daddy issues and stuff like that. And he said, "Oh no, I don't want that life." So he said he literally chose to wait till he got married because he learned the purpose of it. And so I just want to say that to y'all, to anybody who has, who's trying to figure out whether or not they want to have sex or they want to engage in those activities with somebody, like sexual activities with somebody, and you're just trying to figure out, when is a good time. I really encourage you to learn the purpose of it. Like, do some research on what is the purpose of a relationship.
Listen, it's like this. Look, it's not hard. It's not hard. If you don't
It's not hard.
If you don't want to do something, you're not going to go into places where you know that you would be tempted to do that. So if you don't want to,
that's not what I'm saying. Everybody desires
I'm just saying, yeah,
relationship.
of course, we're human.
Yeah, so-
okay, so you don't put yourself in that situation. You got a girlfriend.
No, I'm talking about the people who want to actually, who's deciding whether or not they trying to decide whether or not if they should do it. They're not necessarily trying to avoid it. Like, oh man, it's hard. This is hard to avoid. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the ones that are trying to figure out if they want to do that, or maybe you used to have sex, and then now you're in a position where things are getting hard or difficult in your life, or you're wanting that companion or relationship in your life, and you're trying to figure out what's best, and you're coming up against that battle. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of single people out here. Don't open them. There's a lot of single people out here. And so I just encourage you to learn the purpose of that relationship, because if you learn the purpose of why God places a man in your life if you're a woman, or why God places a woman in your life if you're a man. If you learn the purpose of that.
What's the purpose? What's the purpose? Tell me the purpose of you and Clifton, please.
And the thing about it is that I didn't know the purpose of a husband and wife when I first got with him.
Okay, what's the purpose
so we
now?
went through hell.
Okay, tell me the purpose.
So the purpose for him being in my life is to be my helpmate. He's supposed to be the protector. He's supposed to be the provider. He's supposed to be my confidant, somebody that I can go to when I'm going through something, my friend. You know, he's supposed to be all of that. He's supposed to be what God said. My standard of what my husband should be is based off of what God says he should be.
But Donisha, that's what God said. Everybody want that. But
Right.
they don't get that. Some people don't get that. Everybody want that. Dang, I thought you was.
Some people don't get that.
Some people they want that, but some people don't get that.
If you don't have that, you gotta ask yourself. You gotta ask yourself, and you gotta ask God why. Because everything that you don't have, there's a purpose and reason why you don't have it.
Well, Donisha, sometimes it ain't the person that wanted that problem. It could be the other problem. So
What do you mean it could be the other problem?
Okay, it could be the other person.
Okay, so then it reverts back to you, because is there a reason why you might be picking people that have the issue? Because if you're saying that it's the other problem every time, like you're saying every relationship I get in it fails and it's not my problem, it's their problem.
Okay, no,
then why do you keep getting in the same relationships that create those problems?
No, but listen, let me tell you something. Like I said, you need to listen.
I'm listening, because you just said that.
Okay, but let me tell you something.
You just said that.
You can get in a relationship, Donisha.
Yes.
And you probably got in a bad relationship and you learned, and it ain't working no more, and you learned that the things you learned the pros and the cons, what I should do, what I shouldn't do, and the next time I get into a relationship, I knew in the beginning of that relationship, and I asked God to seek my heart, and I'm good right now. Okay, so then I go and get another relationship. I let time go by. I go get in another relationship, and I'm seeing this person that I'm with. They doing all these things, but I'm good. I'm trying to be the best that I can be for that person. I'm loving on that person no matter what. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And that person, it seems like to never be satisfied. Never be satisfied. Everything I do is a problem. And then you get to asking yourself, what did I do? Did I do anything wrong? No, you ain't did nothing wrong. It ain't you. It's them. They're the ones with this insecure problem.
Well, it just depends. It depends on that relationship. It depends on that, because every relationship has its own issues. But my thing is this: if I'm in any relationship, what my main focus and priority before that man needs to be God. Because the thing about it is that when you're in a relationship, you can do all you can to try to prove yourself to somebody. But if you are giving that person more attention than you give God, that's where you're going wrong. Because he's the one, he's a jealous God for one. So he don't want nobody before him. God is always speaking to us. So he's giving you the keys on how to fix this relationship, or he could be saying, this is not the person I want for you, Donna. This is not the person that I want in your life.
Yeah,
and
so
until you let him go, I will remove my hand. No, let me finish. I will remove God literally will do this. I will remove my hand from your relationship. I will remove my hand, and it will be nothing but hell and calamity in your life, in your relationships, until you come back to me. Until you submit yourself to me.
Yeah,
until you do what I'm calling you to do. Because my last marriage that I was in for 8 years, every single day, God would speak to me. No, this is some straight up real talk. God would speak to me every single day. And he kept telling me, Donisha, I'm trying to break you out of this marriage because I did not put this man in your life. I did not put him here for you. And you chose to get in this relationship. You did not come to me and ask me my approval. And you got to ask yourself that. Did I seek God? Did I ask God if it was okay for me to be with this man? Did I ask God if it was okay for me to be with this woman? Mm-hmm. God doesn't just want to be the God of when we at church. He wants to be our everything because he's the one who created us. He's the only one that knows our hearts. Nobody else. We don't even know our heart. He's the only one who knows it. So he knows what you need. He knows what Donna needs. So he has created the perfect person for you based off of who you are, who he created you to be, who he created them to be. So he has said, there's a specific, Donna got these ways. Now, when I created her this way. She got these specific needs. So I gotta make sure I have somebody out there that's just like this for her, because if not, this ain't gonna work here. So because you won't come to him and spend the time with him like you should, you know what I'm saying, to get that counseling and that guidance, what ends up happening? You end up getting into relationships without his approval, and then you get upset and get mad and frustrated at God when it's not going your way. And God is saying, I never told you to get with that person. You did that on your own. How many of us seek God before we get in a relationship? I never sought God about getting in a relationship with my husband. And we went through hell because of it. But God is such a graceful and a merciful God that he said, even though I didn't tell you to get with this man, I didn't tell you to get with this man the way you did, I'm going to still make it turn around for your good. Because you are choosing to put me first. You need to seek God in all things. You need to seek him. You need to seek him in everything, because without seeking him, you're not gonna know what to do, y'all. You're not gonna know where to go. You're not gonna know how to turn. You're not gonna know if you should stay in a relationship or if you should leave. You're not gonna know if you should have sex or give it up, or if you should keep your legs closed. You're not gonna know none of that. And God he doesn't speak outside of his word. So you need to be in his word, because he will literally, if you open up that Bible, he will literally speak to you through his word. Period. So seek God is all I'm saying, because we can save ourselves a world of trouble. We can save ourselves a world of trouble and a lot of wasted time and a lot of bad memories if we seek God first. And I learned that, and I learned it the hard way. But now, honey, now that I learned that, I see God in everything. I see God in my marriage now. I see God with my children. I see God in my business, because I don't got no more time to waste.
Okay.
I'm 32.
Thank you for
Good
tuning
discussion.
in. Good discussion.
Nanu.
It got a little out there.
Nanu.
But I'll see you guys on the next video. Love you guys, lovelies.
Oh, they're called lovelies?
Yeah.
Bye, lovelies. Okay.